Do I have Lottie here?
You do?
And is it Saul?
That's correct.
I want to be clear, Lottie, I have rarely seen a statement in the terms that you have put, your statement against Saul. You've used adjectives to describe Saul. How do you describe him?
As a pathological liar.
Anything else?
Narcissist.
Not very pleasant. You seem to think that's funny, Saul. Is that funny?
No, well, no.
Well, it's not the best review in the world. How would you like to respond?
I think that's absolute rubbish.
Well, not according to Lottie. You see, the point was that the two of you were in a relationship, correct? Because what was your job? You were running a pub, Saul, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
And whilst running that pub, well, how long were you running it for?
About 3 months.
And would you say that you were the best employer in the world and the most responsible running that pub?
I wouldn't say that I was a bad employer.
Putting that down in big, not bad employer. Point is this, Lottie. He employed you. You worked in the pub.
I helped him out, yes.
It may not have been immediately obvious, but romance blossomed, correct?
Correct.
And what was it about Saul that inspired you to romance? I mean, it's a veritable Romeo and Juliet story, the pub version. What was it?
Love's blind, that's all I can say. I believed all the basically that came out of his mouth, excuse my French.
Was that French?
Well, French was swearing.
And in July 2017, the relationship started. Now, less than pretty much a month later, you discovered something, as far as I can understand it, about Saul. What did you discover? It's very important. You're into the relationship 3 weeks.
He was a gambler and a liar. He actually convinced me that members of staff were stealing money and someone was stealing from the till. So he made me believe that other employees were stealing and it wasn't him. So I lost my relationships with other employees.
And so did you confront some of these other staff and begin conflicts with them?
I did.
In this regard, you told her that there was a criminal conspiracy going on, which would have resulted in you getting into a lot of difficulty with your employer, I would have thought. You, no doubt, conducted a disciplinary procedure if you believed that another individual had been stealing things. Very simple audit thing to do. Did you do it?
No.
Of course you didn't. In August 2017, he came to you for a loan for £200, correct?
The first loan, yes, correct.
When you handed over that £200, what did you believe that money was for?
It was going to pay the staff because he was short.
And he was short because of this great big conspiracy.
Yeah, correct.
You got that £200. What did you need the £200 for, sir?
For my phone bill and other things.
Did you say to her it was to pay for staff?
Not the £200, no.
Why were you short, sir?
There was a particular week where I had to pay out my staff wages and it left me with about £8 to my name, and that was all I had to live on for that week after paying out my staff's wages. So in some respects, yes, it was for staff's wages, because it was for my own...
In every respect, what are you talking about? Don't tell me porkies. You understand, not only was I not born yesterday, I was born a long time before you. I presume, bearing in mind how much money this meant to you, madam, that you handed over that £200 and made him sign for it. A little piece of paper or a document of that sort. Did you do that?
Not the £200.
He hasn't paid you any of this £200 back. When did you expect it to come back to you?
At his next pay, the following week, as he said.
Did you promise to pay that £200 the following week?
That's correct, yes.
Madam, I've got a difficulty here. Despite me absolutely believing you and seeing the evidence and quite clearly in paper seeing the £200 going to him, why didn't you get him to put in writing, I hereby take £200, I'll pay you back at my next wage packet?
Because he was my partner and I thought I could trust him.
What you did, in fact, was discover in mid-August that he was doing what? What was he doing with his money?
Putting it in the fruit machine.
Now, he can't be putting money in a fruit machine if he's a decent person when he's got debts, especially debts to you, especially knowing how much that £200 is, correct?
Obviously, he's not decent.
Well, nobody comes out of this, I have to say, fresh as a daisy, madam.
No, I know.
How were you able to put money in a fruit machine, bearing in mind you couldn't pay her the £200?
I took it out of the safe.
I want to be clear. I understand that your employer have brought no proceedings against you, but the avoidance of doubt, so you understand. Am I right that you took money that you were not entitled to from that safe in order to gamble?
That's correct.
Call it what it is. You stole from your employer.
But I hold my hands up to that.
You do. That could have had very serious implications. Now, you saw that he's putting money into the fruit machine. Did he at that stage disclose to you, at that stage in August, that he had a gambling problem?
He did mention that he had a slight gambling problem, but I didn't realise to what degree it was.
Well, that was early August.
Yeah.
Did you discuss with him and say something like, don't do it again, give me my money back and give him a chance?
I said, please, at least give me £20 whilst he was playing on the fruit machine. And he couldn't give me £20. He told me he hadn't got the money. Told me to get cash back. I got £20 cash back to go round the corner to see him pull out money out of his pocket and into the machine.
That sound about right?
That's right, yeah.
Don't be stupid. Stay and watch the best Judge Rinder moments. And I'm talking. Understood? Don't be a moron. Subscribe to Judge Rinder YouTube channel. Right now. That's an order.